You know, it hit me the other day that I am at the firm age of someone who could be going through a midlife crisis. Now think about it. If I were planning to live to be 90, I'm right at the halfway mark at 45. That's as midlife as you can get. So by definition, I should be having one right now. I should be experiencing that thing that all men go through when they realize that they're not going to live forever and that there are so many things in life that they haven't accomplished. To understand this better, I probably need to look up the definition of a midlife crisis and see exactly what it is. According to Wikipedia, a midlife crisis is a psychological transition of identity and self-confidence that can occur in middle-aged individuals, typically 40 to 60 years old. It's a psychological crisis brought about by events that highlight a person's growing age, inevitable mortality, and possibly lack of accomplishments in life. Okay, so let me process this for a minute. Should I be worried that I haven't had a midlife crisis yet? I mean, what if I finally start having one, but it's too late for it to be a true midlife crisis? What I mean is, like, what if I turn 80 and I suddenly realize I haven't accomplished anything in my life? That would be pretty bad. Well, there's just one thing to do. I've got to nip this thing in the bud right away. My name is Bobby, and today I'm going to better myself by initiating a midlife crisis just to get it behind me. So how do you start your own midlife crisis? Should I change my appearance? You know, I've always been told that I don't really look my age. I'm very sure I act my age, but I've been told that I look younger. Now, this could have been total for feeding me, but I don't know, I chose to believe it. But have you ever seen someone who is about your age, but they look so much older than you? My mom recently went to the doctor, and on one of the visits I took her to, somehow in the conversation the doctor's age came up. He was 1 year older than me. Well, nothing against the doctor. He's a very nice guy. But to me, he looked a lot older than 46 and a hell of a lot older than me. I love it when that happens, and I'm sure you do too. It gives you a real good ego boost that we all need sometimes. So evidently, most men go through this phase where they take a hard look at the life they're living. They think they could be happier, and if they need to make a big change, they feel the urge to do it. A true midlife crisis usually involves changing your entire life in a hurry, according to Dr. Calvin Calaruso, who's the clinical professor of psychiatry at the University of California in San Diego. An example is a client of his who wrote a note to his wife, withdrew his money from the bank, and moved to another city without warning. And this kind of midlife crisis is rare, though. More often, men go through a midlife process in which they make smaller changes over time, like coloring their hair or getting a gym membership. Dr. Calaruso goes on by giving us signs that someone is going through a midlife crisis. Number 1, you've hit your 40th birthday. Dr. Calaruso often sees men struggling with these midlife questions in their 40s and early 50s. You're uneasy about major elements in your life. The doctor says this may include not being satisfied with your career, your marriage, or your health, and you're feeling the urge to take action to make them better. Number 3, you feel that your time for taking a new direction is running short. You're feeling the pressing need to make change. This seems to happen when we take notice that our appearance is changing or our stamina isn't as high as it used to be. It can happen when one becomes a grandfather or if a parent or close friend passes away. Lastly, number 4, you're making unusual choices. You may go through a teenage-like rebellion at this point in your life. You're feeling trapped and very tempted to act out in ways that will blow up your life. These include drinking more, having an affair, leaving your family, feeling that your life no longer fits you, feeling more concerned about your appearance, or you feel more desire for excitement and thrills. Okay, all right, so let's see how this pertains to me. I hit my 40th birthday 5 years ago. It didn't really bother me like it bothers a lot of people, but also that was a particular time in my life when I was happy and fulfilled. So I guess I didn't fear what the future would bring. All right, second one. I'm uneasy about major elements in my life. Now this could be true. Certain things used to really excite me, like new Lego sets or the latest music by Kylie Minogue. New Lego sets have come out all year that are really cool, but I haven't felt the need to purchase any. And Kylie, she just released a new song. Am I excited about it? It's a cool song, but I'm not jumping up for joy like I have in the past for her music. And nothing against Kylie or Legos. It's my mindset that's keeping me from getting excited. So we'll go ahead and check that one. Third one, you feel your time for taking a new direction is running short. Do I feel pressed to make changes? Well, yeah, I do. Obviously, with this Bettering Bobby project, I want to make changes to myself. Okay, well, we'll check that one. And finally, you're making unusual choices. Yeah, like creating a YouTube channel. Was totally out of my comfort zone, but I did it. And to be honest, I have felt like I've been in a rut here in the last year or so. I sometimes sit at my desk and I wish I were somewhere else, like San Francisco or New York City. And I've been tempted a couple of times to just purchase a ticket on the fly, just head out there with no plan in mind, just work it out when I get there. So maybe I don't have to force the midlife crisis on myself. Maybe I am already going through one, or at least a mild version of one. So what do I do at this point to navigate through it so it doesn't take me down the wrong path? According to Boston psychologist Lynn Margulies, a midlife crisis can lead to growth or destruction for men. We can look for the causes of the unhappiness we feel, then make thoughtful decisions to address them. That's growth. On the other hand, making impulsive decisions, like trading in your familiar life for a relationship with a younger partner that quickly ends, or buying a car that you can't afford, leads to destruction. Lynn also included some tips for getting through this season of your life. Number 1, remembering that your feelings are not commands. Just because you feel like you have to escape your home, job, or marriage doesn't mean you have to actually do it. These feelings may indeed point to problems that need solving, but they may also fade or change over time. Number 2, be thankful for the good times. Take time to be grateful for the parts of your life that make you happy. Ask yourself how you'd feel if you took an action that caused you to lose them. Number 3, talk it over. Before you make any major decisions, discuss them with someone whose advice you trust, like a friend, pastor, or mental health professional. They can give you another opinion on whether you're making wise choices. Number 4, ask whether your wishes are realistic. We make plenty of successful changes in our 40s and beyond. Going back to college, traveling the world, starting your own business, we just have to make sure our goals are practical and within our grasp. And finally, number 5, avoid jolting your loved ones. Realize that you may not need to blow up your life to be happy. If it does need to be dismantled, then doing so thoughtfully will be less destructive to the people around you. The website lifehack.org took a different and humorous approach to figuring out if you're going through a midlife crisis or not. They included a quiz on their site asking the following questions and having you count how many yeses you come up with. Do you drive a Porsche? Have you started obsessing over your hairline? Have you ever lied about your age? Have you started thinking policemen, teachers, and doctors look really young? Do you share clothes with your teenage kids? Do you hate being called sir or ma'am? Do you no longer recognize anyone in People magazine? And do you have regrets? Well, I don't know about you, but I had quite a few yeses in there, more than I had no's. So, from what I've gathered from all of this, I believe I have had a mild midlife crisis within the last couple of years. Maybe my big change was renting that apartment in the design district. And, maybe there's still parts of the crisis that still linger, like the fact that I'm feeling like I'm still in a rut. I can usually pull myself out of these ruts, so I'm going to have faith that I will do that this time. Always remember, it's never too late. No matter what age you are, every day provides a new opportunity to do something new. Did you know that Sam Walton founded Walmart when he was 44? And how about Ray Kroc? He bought the first McDonald's just after his 50th birthday. Comedian Rodney Dangerfield was 46 when he got his big break on The Ed Sullivan Show. And Harlan Sanders, he was dead broke at 65. Then he sold his first KFC franchise. We can't stop the inevitable. We're all gonna die. The question is, what are you gonna do while you're alive? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate all the support and all the feedback and all the viewers. We'll see you next time. Take care. If you like the content of this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified when new videos are posted.